cue.
A cue from Carl, I guess.
Production team is coming in hot. I think.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Today is June 11th. I'm Brandy.
I'm Trina.
And we are the
Red Hot Ladies. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on your Thursday evening. We would like to welcome you to the Red Hot Takes of Portage County's premier morning show, broadcast to you at night from the beautiful studios of Create Portage County. Welcome, welcome. Today's show is brought to you by Rookies Sports Pub. Oh, my famous Wago Burger.
Wago Burgers.
Coming in hot. Oh, my goodness. Located in Stevens Point, the most importantly, always open during this very busy construction season. Let's spit that out, Trina. Their kitchen is open 11 to 9, serving up my favorite Wagyu burger that we need to get back and have. Free trivia on Tuesday nights, open mic on Wednesdays, and bourbon and cigar on the patio on Thursdays. The banquet hall holds 300 in attendance for weddings, anniversaries, fundraisers, and meetings in which they hold hundreds a year with an outstanding 46 beers. Beer on draft, Brandy.
Awesome.
Right. So we would like to also thank, it is our Thirsty Thursdays, and it is also a non-alcoholic beverage from the one and only. It's so good. I love yours more than mine this week. I've never tasted this one. What is in it?
This is a mocha shake.
Oh, it's so good.
One of the most amazing inventions known to man.
I haven't had
ice cream and coffee.
Oh, it's so good.
Essentially, it's ice cream and coffee.
I might have to get that next week. I was like, I could smell it.
Because Brandy needs more caffeine.
Oh, yeah, well, I think I do too this week. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the rain today and the storms. I'm not sure. All right, so thank you to Emmy J's for Thirsty Thursday non-alcoholic beverages. They are a local coffee shop bringing you friendly in-house roasted coffee weekly since 2003. Offering you a wide selection of coffee and many other refreshments. They have not one, but 2 locations in downtown Stevens Point and Emmy J's Coffee Vault in Park Ridge. A new summer drink menu has started. I'm excited about it because they've just been unbelievable. All right, are you ready for this one? We are at construction chaos.
You okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
It was a week. I can't even, like, you get behind the wheel and you're 9 and 11 and you're driving through this construction and it's like, oh, shoot, can't
9 and 11?
Me, my 9 and 11 on the steering, 11 and on the steering wheel. Okay, yeah, you get my drift. Okay. Yep. Okay. So here's the kicker. This is my new thing. Construction chaos brought to you by the city of Stevens Point. We're the only municipality who tears up multiple thoroughfares simultaneously.
Thank you for butchering that one, Trina. It's fabulous. This week in construction chaos, motorists continue to see congestion on side streets and alternative routes. 4th Avenue between Isidore and Main Streets remain closed through mid-August for the rebuild of the Collins Classroom Center, which will be transformed into Century Hall, the future home of the university's Century School of Business and Economics. In other construction news, Michigan Avenue has closed its patch, and Business 51 South is closed beginning at the McDill Pond Causeway. Detours are posted. We finally do have an estimated construction start date for the Business 51 North project. Motorists in that area will have seen underground utilities already being relocated. According to Public Works Director Scott Badoon, crews have already started working in that area, and the project is expected to formally kick off right after the July 4th holiday, likely on July 6th. Of course, all construction projects are pending weather.
I do have a question. Were you notified or made aware of none of the vehicles moving on part of the Business 51 area this week?
What do you mean?
It stayed silent for one whole week. No construction at all. Just a little bit north of those railroad tracks after McDill. Nothing moved for 1 week, all week, nothing. No one's been there. She's like, what?
I was not aware of that.
I know. I was made aware of it just a little bit ago.
Because the road's closed, so I can't drive through there like I normally would.
If anyone can answer to that, we have some questions from some local
I could take a guess. It's probably
the weather.
I think the weather's part of it, but I think that supply delays are still a big concern. You know, COVID shut down a lot of things, and now that construction is back in full swing, everybody needs everything all at the same time.
Or maybe the weather. Who knows?
Could be both.
But we did have some people reach out actually earlier today, and not that long ago, wondering why nothing has moved in a week in that section of the construction on 51.
Yeah, I think if folks employed a little analytical thinking, they could probably come to the same conclusion as what we just
Well, I'll
discussed.
do some digging. Maybe I'll come back with a report next week. Why
Alrighty.
nothing happened in a week over there yonder. Hey.
All righty.
All right. Hottest news stories of the week is brought to you by the one and only Maher Water Care Corporation. Pretty impressed by this business, must I say. They started their business on Main Street in Stevens Point in 1950. They are family operated for now 3 generations and now going on the 4th. Maher provides your water treatment needs, serving families in their homes. They are North Central Wisconsin's trusted name in water, serving Wisconsin for 76 years. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. All right, what you got for hottest news stories of the week, Brandy?
Hottest news stories of the week. We have breaking news today, actually. On June 8th, Stevens Point Police arrested a 41-year-old man whose name is John Stalker. That is not a mistake. After a woman on College Avenue reported that all of her underwear had been stolen. Investigators used neighborhood surveillance footage to identify Stalker and later recovered the stolen items during a search. Police say additional women's underwear was also found that did not match the victims. Anyone who's experienced a similar theft is asked to call the Stevens Point Police Department, and it's not emergency number, 715-346-1500.
Okay.
Let me keep going?
It's a little disturbing on that one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Stevens Point Downtown is looking for vendors for its new Night Market series, which will debut alongside the weekly, very popular Notes at Night concerts on the downtown square. The markets will run Wednesday evenings from July through early September and will feature local farmers, bakers, makers, and crafters. Vendor applications are due June 15, and organizers say the new event has already been strong. Anyone interested in becoming a vendor should contact the Downtown Business Association at 715-344-2556.
I love that. That's really cool. All right, something really near and dear to my heart. I'm a little excited about this, but there's been some really big honors for the Stevens Point girls soccer this week. Technical difficulties. Soccer girls this week. Senior midfielder Amelia Castleberg was named. Oh, and I love that name. Oh, beautiful. Wisconsin Valley's Conference Player of the Year. Wow. While Panthers coach Bill Loss earned Coach of the Year honors. I love this. Miss this. I have no kids in high school. Stevens Point also placed 7 players on the conference all-conference team after winning the conference championship. Wow. Okay, this is great. Finishing the season with 12-4-1 record. Woo! That's exciting. Love it.
In other news, one of Plover's police officers is back on the job after spending nearly 10 months overseas with the Wisconsin Army National Guard.
Wow.
Officer Jason Smith recently returned from a deployment to Kuwait and Pakistan, where he participated in military training sessions and experienced rising tensions in the Middle East. Smith is now back on patrol in Plover and said he's grateful for the support he's received from both the department and community while he was away.
Wow. Thank you so much for your service, sir. Beautiful.
And finally, last bit of news we have for today, Stevens Point proposed $125,000 facility study is back on the agenda Monday night, but Mayor Mike Wiesa is questioning whether taxpayers would be paying for information the city already has. Wiesa says much of the data called for in the draft study, including building inventories, facility conditions, and future space needs, has already been compiled by city staff. Common Council is expected to discuss the proposal at 7 p.m. Monday in the community room of the Stevens Point Police Department, 933 Michigan Avenue, before deciding whether to move forward with seeking consultant bids. And that is the hottest news of the week. Trina?
Wonderful. Thank you. Oh, and you can attend that city council meeting.
Public is encouraged to attend.
Yep. And so if there's anything you hear, want to attend, look up, hear about, you are welcome to go there. The public is welcome. All right. You ready with your glasses? So our decor today. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Okay, we're switching things up today. I'm a little excited. Our
Brandy's a little slow today. Sorry.
It's okay. It's a little toasty in here. I'm not sure what's going on with the air conditioning, but we're a little.
You have two middle-aged women in a room. You're going to need an air conditioner.
I literally feel like I'm like dripping. It's a little warm in here. All right. So with further ado,
Without further ado.
segueing. Here we go. Trina's famous words.
It's
I
without.
am honored and pleased without hesitation to welcome our next guest. She is serving her 6th term representing the city's 7th district. That's a total, everyone, of 11 years. The one and only, and my dear close friend, Mary Kneebone. Woo! I'm so excited to have you today, Mary.
And I'm still saying after all these years.
When I read that, 11 years, I was like, oh my God, that's a long time.
Are you going to put
It
on
is.
your shades?
Oh, and I was so excited to introduce her. I'm so excited. And my flag. So for all of you who are not aware, Mary is just returning, production, from the amazing honor flight. I get goosebumps even thinking about it. You're home, you're safe, and I'm excited to welcome you today and talk about some really amazing things. And thank you for your service. This was well over. Yes, Brandy? Uh-oh. I
Are we
feel
going to
that-
explain our sunglasses
so-
for the
so
people who are watching and
why-
the people who are listening?
Why I looked at her and go, yes, Brandy, is because of the shades. She's got this.
In honor of having an elected official on this show, I thought, what's the closest thing? What's the best pair of sunglasses I have in honor of this event? And this is my closest Secret Service style of sunglasses. So I thought I don't wear them very often. So I thought, in honor of Mary Kneebone coming on tonight, I would wear these glasses in her honor.
It's giving
I
a
could
vibe.
use protection every once in a while. so you may need to use those
Wait, get ready
glasses
for-
again.
Get ready. The city council meeting is open to the public.
And
Let me take my
Trina's-
3 minutes.
Trina's wearing red, white, and blue Stars and Stripes sunglasses
Yes.
for those who, in honor of Mary's service to our
Appreciate
great
that.
country.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I would love to. How did you first of all, how did you serve? When did you serve? And in what branch?
yes.
I am Vietnam era United States Air Force. Why march when you can fly? Is the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I served from 73 to 76. I was one of the first women through the aircraft maintenance program. The military had just opened up a lot of non-traditional jobs to women. And I scored well enough on a little test in the recruiter's office to choose that as a career. And I'm thinking, if you want to travel, you might as well be by airplanes.
Yeah.
So, and I did do some traveling.
Well, we've shared your story a couple times and talked about some really important moments that you've shared. Before we dig in a little bit to your honor flight, of course, Trina's going to ask the question. We're going to stay away from a lot of city things. I have a lot of city things I want to just dive in, but I've already fair warned her. She will be back if she will have us. So let's talk a little bit about some cool things. What would you say if you had to put something on it? What is the most important or memorable moment you've had with 11 years on that city council, Mary?
Probably the thing that I'm most, I'm not quite sure how to put it. I vote my conscience. My education is in urban planning with an environmental emphasis. So for all these 11 years, I've tried to preserve the environment and protect the unique habitats that we have left in Stevens Point. One of the best things I think that I have done and hope to build on in the future, long after I'm no longer here, is the Hall Nature Reserve. It's a 30-acre woodlot on the east side of town. The city bought the property 6 or 7 years ago, and I would like to ultimately have the College of Natural Resources Habitat Restoration Group get involved
Yeah.
and bring that back to about a 60-acre nature reserve for the community.
For those who don't know, where is that located?
It's on the far east edge of town, immediately behind the soccer fields and the Ice Hawks arena, Portage County Youth Soccer and Portage County Youth on Ice, I think it is. And that property is the last piece of property in the city before you hit the town of Stockton, I think. So
And it's pretty wetlands and marshy
used
and
to be.
a lot of wildlife. I drive out there every day, and I literally just about every day see deer out there.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
beautiful.
They wander into my yard quite frequently and eat on my bird seed every night. I've had turkeys walk through the yard.
Oh, wow.
Including some
cool.
turkeys that come to visit my house, but these were real turkeys.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, Brandy. Get with it. Pay attention. Maybe you need some more coffee.
Anyway, it's East Side's the best side, I have to say. Another really important thing that will benefit not only my district, but a lot of people that like to ride their bikes and walk is the Plover River Crossing,
Oh.
which is will be open. They're actually ahead of schedule. I haven't been down there yet. We've been warned to stay away. The cranes are down there. They're getting ready to set the bridge.
Oh, I need to go myself. So when you go, let me know.
It'll be truly an amazing connection, and I'd like to see the Green Circle Trail spur all the way out to the Hall Nature Reserve and Parkdale Park out there. So
Well, back up just for a minute. For those who don't know, where is the Plover River crossing?
it's a little hard to describe,
Come on.
actually.
It is.
If you're on the east side of town, you will come down behind Target, behind where the Fleet Farm used to be. There's
The
a little
old Fleet Farm, yeah.
there's a place called Ben's Lane, and there's a little park there, and that's the trailhead. The city bought that property, and we got easements from the town of Hull and some of the local the neighbors to restore a meadow down there. But it will go down from Ben's Lane down a pretty good incline, I think about a 10% slope,
Yeah, it's pretty.
down to a boardwalk, the Century Boardwalk, across the wet area to the Hennigan Family Bridge, and that will bridge over the Plover River and come up on Hoffmeister Drive near
Yep.
Jordan Lane.
Yep.
And I think it'll be about a 20-minute bike ride to campus from the east side now.
Oh, my goodness.
And it takes pedestrians and bikes, anybody in a stroller, a wheelchair, a scooter off of Highway 10.
Yeah, which is awesome.
And it will be maintained all year round.
Really? I did not know that.
It was 80% of the project was paid for by a federal transportation grant,
Right.
and the other 20% was privately raised. And the Plover River Crossing Steering Committee raised enough money that they helped the park department pay for a brand new Bobcat
Oh,
that
wow.
includes a snow blower and a broom, and that'll be used to clear the snow and ice off the trail all winter long.
I was a mother. My kids were still in high school, and we all had mountain bikes. And if you ever ask my kids, they'll be like, "Oh, Mom used to take us on that airport, trail behind the air." And we would go, and it's a quite up and down. It is just beautiful back there. It's just so picturesque. The animals, the wildlife, and it's unbelievable what they fundraised and how this became what it is today. It's so moving.
It's been a long time coming.
I know.
And I think the city's in about maybe $250,000 for some engineering, but the project is over $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
So for
1.79 actually.
there you go.
And
Wow.
Parks Director Dean Kramer said it was one of the largest TAP grants awarded in TAP grant
In-
history.
Indeed,
Oh
it
my.
was. And
That's
and
unbelievable.
we've been waiting about 4 years for the funding to finally come down the pike from the state.
I can
So-
definitely see, Mary, why this is your most memorable moment. I really do. It's just gives me goosies.
Well, even just to walk down, to sit on a bench by the river.
It's gorgeous.
to take advantage of the meadow restoration down there, the birds and the wildlife. And
I actually
butterflies.
filmed a little, I can't really say, but I filmed a partial thing down there.
What?
I'll have to show
Well,
you.
you leave it open-ended like that. You make it sound like you did something dirty down there.
This is a,
I'm
This is
glad
a family-friendly
Oh.
show. You got to be specific
no,
here.
I wasn't thinking like that.
Maybe dancing around in the moonlight on the solstice or something. I mean,
Okay. Witch. Oh God. Okay. Oh, Hail Mary. Okay. We'll discuss that at a further. I made a video down there with my children. It was an audition
What's
tape.
wrong with that? You could have just said that.
Well, I
instead
didn't
of
mean
letting us all wonder.
I'm not the one who thought of that like that.
I'm not the only one who thought
We
that.
have a guest on the show,
no,
people.
not
See,
at all.
I'm not the only one who thought that.
I really genuinely was like, I filmed the. Oh my God. Okay, I got.
I filmed a little, I can't say, but, what do you think when I say that?
Okay, sorry. I guess. Okay. Oh gosh, Hail Mary. I really didn't mean it like that, but
You okay
okay.
there, Mary? You gonna be all right? There is no alcohol anywhere in the studio. Just
and
heads up, everyone.
it's just coffee. I think it's kicking in for.
It's not gin, it's water, I promise.
Oh God. Okay. On to the most important topic and why she's here today that
Yes.
I felt was most moving in the city of Stevens Point elected official.
Well, actually, if I can I be allowed to ask a question? I did have one question about her public service.
You sure may.
I know we had, in our pre-interview, we're not going to talk about specific city projects, but I am curious, when you were first elected, was there something that surprised you about public service? Something about being in the office that you went, oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this?
That's a very good question. I had worked as a city employee with the city of Dallas as a neighborhood planner. We had a city manager, not a mayor, but we did have a council. And like here, the council sets policy and the city manager or the mayor would see it through. So I kind of had a clue going in, sort of what it's like. But when you get that first 200 and some page agenda for a council meeting,
That's nothing.
and you start reading through that thinking, why am I doing this now? And then they get appointed to like 6 committees.
Yeah, and you're,
I'm
and you're
thinking,
gone every night during
why
the
did
week.
why did I do this now?
Right. I don't think the public realizes that. It's not like, oh, just showing up to the meeting. It's listening to the public. It's hearing all the options. It's a lot of research that I've known you've done just being on all these other committees. It's not just showing up for a meeting.
Yeah, indeed.
It's a
Y-
lot.
there is a lot of homework to do if you really want to do the job correctly. And I think
And
you
I know
owe it
you
to
do
your
it.
constituency to do the work.
And you do.
And if you're not going to do the work, don't
Right.
put your name in.
That's a T-shirt right there, Mary. That's your.
If you're not
There you
going to
go.
do the work, don't sign up.
And
Yeah.
yet, despite all of the not very nice phone calls and not very nice emails you probably get from time to time, you still maintain a pretty positive attitude about your public service, and that I've always found that interesting.
Well, I think public service is a noble calling, and that sounds really hokey, but it's true. I mean, what better thing can you do than to make the lives of your neighbors and your community members better in some small way? And if that's making sure a road gets fixed or the potholes get filled every spring or a new park.
Since you brought it up,
It's just you-
Next, honor flight, journalism, Brandy, go up. Nope. How much
construction
time do we got?
chaos. Yes.
Yeah, I can see where this is going, but I do see you do listen to those constituents. You do. And Portage County residents, city residents. I've seen it time and time again, so thank you for doing that.
I have gone in with an idea how I'm going to vote, but I can honestly say after listening to residents, I have changed
yes, you
my
have.
vote to and
Yes,
favored because I listen
Yeah,
and I try to get both sides of the story.
you do. I've seen it.
We could talk about Stanley Street.
Okay, honor flight. Redirect.
I'm joking.
I still think it's
How much
easier
time
to
do
get
we get?
across 3 lanes than 4.
I think you're crazy. No way it's
Okay,
easier.
bye. I'm getting up and I'm done. Done.
Roundabout.
We could devote an entire show.
By the way,
a month of shows
I'm
to
butting
roundabouts.
in the journalist here.
I'm stirring the pot.
No, you're fine. We're having a great
I'm not
time.
helping either, am I?
You're making just as much trouble for Trina as I am right now. So
We got time, but I really want to talk about this honor flight
Yeah,
because
I
when I
actually
found
do
out
too.
you were going, I have a sick family member. Actually, my dad became ill and I was unable to come. My goal was to greet you off that airplane. I'm going to get teary-eyed. When I knew 2 months ago you were going, I was just... It's a feeling you get about somebody you care about and you respect so much as I do for you. And so please, let's really talk about it because I think this is unbelievable. They never had this like for my grandpa, and it's now just a beautiful thing. I don't know what else to call it.
It really is.
you just summarize for someone who doesn't know what honor
Yes.
flight
Sure.
is?
The actual title is the Never Forgotten Honor Flight, and it's basically the respect and the welcome home that primarily Vietnam veterans didn't get. I'm old enough to remember what it was like in the 60s when soldiers would get spit on and screamed at and disrespected, and they just got drafted and had to go.
Yeah.
It wasn't their fault. So the honor flight takes veterans, and it's going by years of service. So all the World War II veterans have gone, and they're now finishing the Korean War veterans, and we're working through the Vietnam era veterans. So any veteran out there that served prior to July 1975, you are eligible now.
Should we tell them to go to the neverforgottenhonorflight.com?
Yes.
Please go to there and
Sign up.
yeah.
Essentially, Honor Flight takes a group of veterans. It's a free trip.
Yes.
It takes the veterans, and they're each allowed to take a guest called a guardian, because some of the vets who go are pretty old. They're older, so they might
Well,
need a wheelchair or someone to push them around.
I did. I used a wheelchair because I've got some back issues and I can't, there's no way I could have walked.
But
and-
it doesn't always have something to do with your age. This is a very long day.
It is.
You leave
It
in the
is.
morning and
Doing
come
a
back the same day.
ton of walking.
We left for the airport from the Hilton in Wausau. They put up the veteran and their families for 2 nights. So you don't even have to pay for the hotel room. So the bus leaves the hotel at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
And I think we're on the airplane by about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it's about a 2 hours flight to D.C., come into Reagan Airport. And when we came off the plane, this really surprised me. And I think this, of all the things that we did that day, the thing that surprised me the most, everybody in that gate area stood and applauded. Just here we are, random people
Yeah.
with our yellow
From
shirts.
Central Wisconsin.
From Central Wisconsin, and they're all at their gates going who knows where across the country.
Oh my gosh.
And they applauded. There were 94 of us on the flight, and they didn't stop applauding until the last veteran was off the plane.
And it was total strangers at the
And
airport.
total strangers, and people would just come up to us. We went on June 1st, so it was the last week, Monday. So school's out, and there were school groups, and you'd see the kids with all the same color T-shirts, you know,
Yeah.
and 2 or 3 adults frantically trying to keep them all together. And these kids were coming up to us,
Oh my
thanking us for
gosh.
our service, asking us questions. 2 little girls wanted to know what I did and where I'd been, and so I regaled them with stories of
Oh my gosh.
temporary duty in England and Alaska, and that I worked on airplanes. And I said, and you can too. And I think there were maybe 8th graders.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know.
Mary.
It was the it was so many random people. And for me, when I was done in '76, it wasn't like it was in the late '60s. But watching some of these older guys that had actually been in country, that really, you could tell it meant a lot to them. So it meant a lot to me for them.
Yeah.
Because their experience was not pleasant when they came home.
No.
So
Essentially, they're taking you to D.C. to see the memorials that were
memorials.
constructed in your honor.
we went, first we were at the Lincoln Memorial, and they line us up for the great big group picture.
Yeah.
The obligatory, it was Honor Flight Mission 56.
Yep.
There are photographers around. I chose to take a volunteer as my guardian, and he had been 10 years on the waiting list to do this. And the guardians pay $500 for the honor to
Take
walk
the trip.
around with
Yeah.
a veteran. And he never left my side. He pushed my little wheelchair over cobblestones.
Oh, wow. And there's
he
a
got me in
waiting
the
list
ditch.
for this?
Yeah, to be a volunteer. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know about that. Did you?
Yes.
No, there was a waiting list?
Yeah.
Oh, my
So,
gosh.
around the Lincoln Memorial, one side of the reflecting pool, and we won't even go there.
But it's not a political show, but just being at the reflecting pool, I mean, it's really cool. It's very moving. It's
Except there's
it's
no
a
water.
sight.
There's no water in it, and there's tarp
It's under
over
construction,
it, and there was
yeah.
construction things, and
Yeah.
it
Well,
was.
you
but
gotta do that
but
on everything once in a while.
I'll
It's,
tell you,
know.
if you think there's construction here, oh my word!
But we
there's
live here.
construction
We don't
We
everywhere.
live here and have to drive it in.
So I'm glad I was in a nice air-conditioned bus. Is all I
Right.
have to say.
Yeah.
So around the Lincoln Memorial, there's the Korean Memorial, which is very moving. Soldiers in ponchos, like they're moving through a rice paddy. There's the Vietnam Wall, which, again, watching some of the guys
Yep.
Yeah.
feeling the names of their colleagues.
It's rough.
Yeah, I'm not going to cry,
it's
but like
rough.
there's certain things that
I cried more times on that, and
Yeah.
I probably will yet.
I've never seen it, but my goal is to go there one day.
I had
heavy.
I had been
Yeah.
there before once. It's something that everyone should see. I think. Where else did we go? Goodness sakes, we went to the Iwo Jima Memorial. We went to the changing of the guard at
Tomb of the
Tomb of the
Unknown.
Unknown
That's so
Soldier.
beautiful.
And there's something that they do for anybody that's going to be in D.C. as a civilian, just happen to watch. While they're guarding the tomb, the soldiers, the guards don't salute. But when there's an honor flight, as they're marching,
Get my thing ready.
they'll scuff the heels of their feet one time to acknowledge the veterans. And I've got a video on my Facebook page. If you listen
I did-
closely, you can hear that one little click that they do.
Yeah.
And nobody else would notice it, but they told us to be prepared for that. And it's their way to honor the veterans.
I
that are
did
there.
see
It
it,
hits
and
them when the veteran when they notice it.
Yeah.
The hardest 85-year-old man,
Yep.
Yeah.
tough as nails, gone, just
Yep.
crying like a baby.
Yep.
so when I reached out to you, I had just watched your Facebook stuff, and I was like, "That's it. She's coming on the show. This needs to be talked about." Like, it's just so moving.
But it's not just war memorials that you folks go to see.
Yeah.
There's the memorials for each of the branches.
Yes.
As well.
The Air Force Memorial is new since I was in the area. I lived out there back in '76 when I first got out of the military. But it's, I don't know how many, 40 years ago is that?
76?
40, 50 years ago.
49 years.
So that was new, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's an
impressive
That's tied
memorial,
into
too.
the Pentagon in a really unique way. Let's see. We went by the Navy, the Navy building, and passed a couple of the masts from the Maine
Yep.
or at Arlington Cemetery. That's kind of weird. Let's see.
Did you eat?
Yes, we did.
In between all of
Yes,
this?
we did.
I'm thinking all they did was get off the plane and go. But,
That's about right. No, actually, we did eat on the bus. No, we got lunch provided and dinner provided.
do you go somewhere special?
It's
or
usually like
a-
Subway, isn't it? They just deliver
Arby's.
it on the. Okay, yeah.
Arby's.
So you just grab something?
They brought.
Oh, okay.
It's like a catered meal they
I'll
bring
tell-
on the
yeah.
bus.
So, wow.
They take care of everything. You need a wheelchair, they have a wheelchair. There's a couple guys, their whole job on the honor flight is to take the wheelchairs on and off the bus. Put them in storage and pull them out and set them up so when the veterans get off the bus, their wheelchair's right there.
Oh, my goodness.
There's also a couple guys whose only responsibility is to take photos. I bet you had your picture taken
Yes,
more that day
I did.
than you've
I
had in
did.
years combined.
And if you go to the honor flight, they sent us an email with the mission photos, and you can search by your picture,
Aw.
and it'll show you all the pictures that you're in.
Oh, wow.
And many of them I didn't realize I was even. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's someone with a green shirt had a camera, and also a reporter, Brad
Miller?
from Channel 9 was
I
on
think
the
so.
flight.
He's WAOW, yeah.
And
wow.
They usually have at least one reporter.
Did
every-
you know anybody that was on this one?
I did not. Although a friend of mine knows someone who was on
On
the
the
flight,
same
so
one?
I found him before we left, and I took a picture and texted it to my friend.
Hey,
saying,
here's your friend."
Here's your friend.
Yeah.
We found each other.
We're together.
My guardian and I are now lifelong friends.
That's really
we
sweet.
really hit it off. He's 30 years in the Department of Corrections,
Oh,
so
wow.
he's retired as well.
That's so
and
well
he just-
deserving, though.
Anything I needed. Do you need more water? Do you want a Gatorade? What can I get for you? Do you want to sit in the shade? Where do you want to go next? It's like, well, you do something you want.
Can you sit down? You take some water.
Yeah.
You need to go.
Sit in the shade?
Did
yeah.
you eat?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
According to Never Forgotten Honor Flight's website, there is
Mm-hmm.
currently a waiting list of over 300 people.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And it that could be some that are further down the
Yeah.
line, because I only waited, I think, about a year, which is not bad.
Well, with about 90 some or so on a flight.
and they do
yeah.
two. So
Mm-hmm.
they did one middle of May, and they do this one.
I was just gonna say the last one was in May, and then this one. So when's the next one? Does
4
it
times
say?
a year: April, May, September, and October.
Yeah, it gets way too hot in DC in the summer
Yeah. Wow.
for us old folks
Oh my goodness!
to be there.
So you saw these amazing things. You get on the plane to come back to Central Wisconsin. Tell everyone what happens on the flight on the way back.
I hate to give away too many secrets, but I think most people know this.
I
What
think
am
most people
I feel
know.
like something's gonna happen here, and I'm missing something.
I promise you're safe. It's
No.
totally okay. Nothing's gonna.
I
pop
feel
out
like
of the box
I'm
or
like, what's
anything.
going on here? What happened?
By the time we get on the plane, we're all like
Dragon.
Exhausted.
Dragon, absolutely.
Taking a nap.
we'd been. They sat us all in the hot, right in the bright sun. All of us in wheelchairs at the changing of the guard, and it was hot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us weren't
Takes a lot out of you. For
weren't too thrilled about all that
Heat.
Sure. Right.
heat, and that's
Yeah.
being
Well,
able
thank
to sit
goodness
in
it
the
wasn't
shade.
storming and raining.
Yeah.
I do know someone who went when it was storming
Oh,
and
I
raining,
know.
and they pulled out like these rain ponchos.
Oh yeah,
I did
they
watch
have
it.
everything.
Yeah,
They have.
these big yellow rain ponchos.
Yep.
I think they were.
They have all of the.
Yep.
As opposed
The
to
overhead-
a snow poncho. Or a
I mean,
wind
anything
poncho?
at this point in the torrent. I mean, it was torrential downpour for somebody I know who went.
They've got. There's 2 medics that go, and at least one of
Oh,
them was
wow.
a physician. Because one of the old boys said,
wow.
"That's my doctor."
No
So,
kidding.
oh yeah. In fact, when we took off, when we got to cruising altitude, he came around and did a
Blood
pulse
pressure,
ox on all of us to make sure our oxygen level was good enough.
That's
never had
great.
I have never had that happen on an airplane.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
so amazing.
that's the kind of care they take.
I didn't know that
And
either.
They have comfort clothes in case someone has an accident.
Or just extra stuff.
And they have the bins were labeled. One of the bins said rain ponchos, and several said duffel bags. And I thought, oh, that must be for their gear, for all their stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't think twice about it. So we've done all this cool stuff. We get on the plane. We're exhausted. They turn the lights down in the cabin, and everybody's just starting to go,
Nap time.
and the lights come on, full on, and this guy gets on the intercom and he says, hey, veterans, what's the best part of the day? Mail call! And they have, at that point, these people had been in the aisle getting duffel bags out of the overhead bin and passing them up to the front. And I'm thinking, I just want to go to sleep. What are they doing here? So the lights come up, all the duffel bags.
That's why
are
we
in
were
front.
asked to write letters.
Exactly.
I didn't know what that was for.
That's right. And I had no clue. I was thinking, I know they do mail call. I hope somebody writes me a letter. I mean, thought I'd be lucky to get one. So what they did, they start pulling these big white envelope or packages out of these duffel bags, and they just call your name and you raise your hand and they pass them back just like they do in the military, except there they usually throw your letters at you.
Yeah.
And also with a package of Girl Scout cookies, the caramel delights, the good kind.
So you're sitting there snacking and opening these letters?
And I open my package. I've got 65 cards in there from people I know and 12 from random people who just do this because they like to do it. So one of them was Sawyer. He was 5. And he drew me this lovely little picture. And then there was Jane. She's a first grader at St. Mary's School. She drew me a picture of an airplane that was really sweet. And I got a very nice letter from a 6th grader named Alea, who talked about how important the Pledge of Allegiance was and the Constitution, and that she would think of us veterans when she said the pledge. So, of course, I've written them all thank you notes. I called all the schools to ask if I sent them, put it in an envelope and sent it
to
if
them.
they would get it to the family.
Yeah.
And then a 7th grader at P.J. Jacobs had asked a question about what we did in the military and had some pretty good questions. So I actually typed a response that was a little bit more in detail and sent it to PJ too. So hopefully they will have all gotten their thank you notes. But it's overwhelming to think that people care enough to do this. And I'll tell you, I had no clue. The honor flight didn't even call my spouse. They called my niece for fear that I would see a message on a phone and would know
Very
something.
sneaky.
I mean, they are really sly
Yeah.
on how they do this. So the veteran gets surprised. So we get off the plane. We've got, and then we had to send in a photograph of our time in the service. The only one I have of me in a uniform is my basic training photo. The one that's on the banner on
I
Clerk's
was
List.
just
gonna
going
ask
to interrupt this conversation. I am coming home the other day, and I said to a family member, I'm actually going to post it if you're okay with this after the show. I said to my family member, I'm going to go really slow. I'm going to kind of go on the right. And as soon as we get through the lights, can you get your phone out? And my family member was like, why? What are we I said, okay, it's not this banner. It's the third banner down. And it's right behind our house. And they had no clue what I was talking about. And I said, as soon as they put those banners up, I realized you were on the banner. And that was before I knew you were on the honor flight.
Yeah.
And I took a photo of it. I think right before you went, and I would like to share that on our page if that's okay with you. It was just, and you're right behind close to where I live.
Yeah,
so.
I'm right over by the snow art zone.
Yeah, it's
by
so
Jeff
beautiful.
Schobert's house.
I don't think people realize like how much this means to you going on something like this. Not only are a lot of people, expected to do this, I don't want to call it a job, but back in the day, and to go on something like this, it's very moving. It's just so memorable. I'm lost for words right now.
Tell me what happened when you landed at Seaway.
Ooh.
After you get home, mail calls over, the
Yep.
flight is done, you land at Seaway. What happens then?
Well, as soon as you get off the jetway, they're screaming and hollering and applause, and your spouse comes out, and the two of you just walk on down through the crowd. And the band's playing, and then I see my my posse.
I know some of them
Your
that were up there, and I
posse?
saw they've posted on Facebook. I know Representative Vinnie
Vinnie
Maressi was there.
Our fire chief, J.B.
Yep.
Moody,
Yep,
was
saw
there.
Moody. I can't think. A lot of our mutual friends were there. It was
Yeah, former Alder McComb was there.
someone
My
who
niece-
works in the courthouse was there, and I saw her little. They had like
Yes.
sparkle. It was
Yes.
so moving.
So we had lots of city officials there to welcome you and others back.
Yes.
And hundreds usually.
Yeah.
It's hundreds and hundreds of
and
people.
groups of groups of people all the way down to the airport. It's just like what happened arriving. Only it's people you know, and they really scream.
and
And
extras.
they're excited
and extra
for you
people.
and happy to see you. And
The Knights of
wanna
Columbus
hear-
wear their garb and
Yeah,
the
and
elk
there's,
show up in
there's
their
an
garb.
honor
and all
guard
yeah.
with flags, and every one of them shakes your hand as you walk by. Every one of them, and the jetway is lined with honor flight volunteers to welcome you home. I mean, it's really amazing what they do for veterans. And again, the veteran. I took my wallet. I never opened it up. You don't spend a penny. Everything is there for you. Anything you need, somebody's there with you all day. You're never alone. We kept trying to make a break for it, but my guardian's wife was on the flight, and she'd text, "I see you guys," and she'd be over there going like, to get in trouble. We made sure we had bail arranged before we left, just in case we got
Wow.
into trouble.
Oh goodness
We
gracious.
thought maybe we'd, but they
But it was just so well deserved, especially for you.
You get that whole day is a whirlwind. And
It is.
when you show up at the airport, it's overwhelming. All these people coming to cheer you on.
I know.
How did you kind of process that, and how did you decompress, and how did you deal with that?
You just think, I didn't do anything that special. I mean,
See, this is what every single veteran says.
you just don't
Yeah.
think that you've done anything noteworthy. I
Or
guess, but
honorable.
really-
Honorable.
Well, so
Worthy of such a big fuss.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't really need to do all this for me,
yeah.
but it's.
But is it as much of it is for the veteran? I wonder if some of it isn't also for the people to keep that tradition alive.
I think so too.
That honoring public service elements alive. Because I think we can all agree that we don't necessarily hold our elderly in high regard anymore. We don't hold our military in as high regard as we once did.
I think it kind of teaches to our children
absolutely.
the respect.
And I think that's why all these kids on these
Yeah.
school trips to DC came up to us. It gave me a lot of hope that there still is respect
Yeah.
and honor in some of these kids. And, I think one of the videos that I saw on Channel 9 shows a group of kids clapping when some of them walk
Probably,
by.
sure.
And they just did this randomly. So it gives you a lot of hope that there is some respect still
Yeah.
out there.
Yep, that's my
for-
new. I've been saying that a lot. It's the respect.
So it's an experience. It's hard. It's really hard to explain what it's like until you really experience it.
And then Trina calls.
It's
You want to come on the podcast? We need to talk about this. I think
Gladly.
it's beautiful, memorable, important. People need to know this.
I think every veteran needs to do this.
Yes, I agree.
No matter what you did or where you served, They didn't have to be in combat.
Didn't have to be overseas.
Didn't have to leave the country. You could have been a
Could have
payroll
stayed at
clerk.
Fort Jackson your whole career.
That's
It
right.
didn't matter.
Could have been at Little Rock Air Force Base.
Yeah.
You know, and done payroll for 4 years or 5 years or 10 years. Doesn't matter. You served. You deserve this, and you should take advantage of it.
It's important to fight for our veterans. It's really a thing.
And if you have a family member that would like to be a guardian, I know there were grandpas with grandsons
Can they sign up on here on the website too?
and sons with dads. And when the veteran gets a slot, they get to choose who's going to go with them.
Okay.
So I chose a volunteer.
Okay. But they sign up as well on the website, the Never Forgotten Honor.
All the information they need is
Yeah.
on the website, correct?
Perfect.
And the vast majority, well, maybe not the vast majority, a good number, particularly of the men, will say, no, I'm not going. I don't need this.
Exactly. And they should.
They go, and what's their reaction? You saw their
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
Complete, they broke down. Something inside of them that was broken
Yep.
isn't broken anymore.
Yeah.
They got that closure.
And you'll see that on the Channel 9 videos.
Absolutely.
They'll say the respect and the people that we all notice that.
Yeah.
Random people.
To me, it's really important. And
It's-
I think, I don't know. I just I'm lost for words right now.
No, you're not.
Yes, actually,
You
I'm
keep
just.
saying you're lost for words.
I
and then
just
you
get
then
so-
you keep talking.
Okay, quiet. Well, we got to go. Time's running out.
I do want to say one thing about the Air Force Memorial. It's 3 stainless steel. Well, it's reinforced concrete with stainless steel skin that
Spires.
that go up and like the Thunderbirds when
Yeah.
they take off in flight.
They're called
But
spires.
they're
Yeah.
situated on a hill right over where the airplane that flew into the Pentagon, it's in that flight path of the airplane that hit the Pentagon. Yeah, look, and so if a plane came in that same direction, it hits that, the plane is going to stop.
Wow.
So the Air Force is still protecting the Pentagon even now. And the Pentagon September 11th memorial is not to be missed. It's
Wow.
very moving in its simplicity. It's just benches in a grove of trees with the names of the person who died on the end of the bench, with a grid that links their bench to the date they were born on a low wall that surrounds the grove. It's that one really was moving, really, because it's so simple, and just 184 people died that day, and it's just a real beautiful place to sit and reflect.
Wow.
As we were talking about these different memorials, I thought we could perhaps end on a humorous note.
Okay.
I don't know if you were at the Memorial Day program at Pivner this year.
No, I was out of town.
I know. I knew that. I don't know why I asked you that. They play each of the armed forces theme songs. The city
Yes.
band does. They do a beautiful job of it. And the MC for the event said, well, I don't think there's a theme song for the Space Force, so we'll just have to move on. And some lady from the back of the park screamed, you could hear her through the whole park, just play Star Wars. and everyone just kind of laughed. It was a really, really funny moment.
There actually is a song for
Is there?
Space Force.
They have a
It
theme.
was in our brochure.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
We were entertained on Sunday night by the USO, and they play everyone's song, and all the lyrics are in the brochure. And
Yeah.
they did the Air Force, and then there was one for Space Force, and it's like,
All I can hear is
oh my.
that old Dr. Demento song,
What?
Star Trekking across the universe. Oh, if you remember it.
We should have played it.
I
We
think
could have
Star
had
Wa-
it here, Carl.
Let's
Star Wars would be very appropriate
Oh.
for
I think it
Space
would-
Force,
it
but
would,
yeah,
but-
I'll make sure that I'll get you the
yeah, I'd
hit
love
the
to.
words to Space Force song.
It's terrible. That's where my head goes. No
I-
offense to any member of the Space Force. I have the utmost respect for you and your service. Singing Star Trek and across the
Starting
universe.
trouble on the show already. We're going to get
Stirring
a
the
lot of
pot.
naysayers
Sorry,
here.
guys.
It was my idea to bring Mary on the show. Well, I adore you, and I'm very blessed to call you my friend. And we, as a city, are blessed to have you on the city council.
Mary and I can't be friends because she's an elected official and I'm a reporter, but I still respect her.
After sharing this
I
banter,
enjoy her
Mary
company.
Kneebone and I can't be friends.
We can't. She's an
She'll be back because I'm going to ask her to
But
come.
at least I returned your calls.
You've always returned my
Trina
calls.
calls, she picks up.
You've always answered, and when it's been a hard question,
I
that
try.
Some people would be like, "Ugh, she's trying to make me look bad." You've always been understanding about
Yeah.
the
Very
you have to ask
respectful.
sometimes, so
Very respectful.
I think my record kind of speaks for itself. I think I've been consistent in what I vote for and what I vote against.
And you listen to the taxpayers.
and
And
you and your communication, you're respectful as well.
And I mean, you don't see this, most people don't, but if I get an email from a constituent, I reply that day. I don't,
Which I think some of your brethren on the city council could take a note from.
I agree. I'm not naming names because I
Thank
really
you,
I'm
Mary.
not naming
don't know.
Mary,
names either.
But
Mary, thank you for coming on the
I
show.
respond. I respond to a
You
phone
do.
call
Yes.
or an email.
Yeah.
And I may not, all I may say is, I don't know, but I'll check.
I'll track it and
Yeah.
look
And
into
I'll let
it.
you know, and I'll, whatever.
Very true.
Would
So-
you like to come say hi quick? No. She's like, no. We have an audience today. Well, again, I am so blessed to have you here today, and we'll call you if we need you. If a topic comes up, and if you want to come on, we'll give you the opportunity.
You know, if I decide to launch a career in stand-up, maybe I'll start here. I think I could play.
I mean, it could be your prior to this interview. It was
We
a
could do this
show.
pretty well.
Be the Three Musketeerettes or
something. I mean, anything at this point.
At some point, I will no
Yes.
longer be on the city
We'll
council.
Feminine
interlude
names.
with that song.
Porthos and Aramis.
You're welcome to stay, but Trina's going right on in. Are you ready for the police and fire
Gotta get to
calls?
the police and fire calls. You are welcome to stay.
You are welcome to stay if you'd like. If
Do
not, you
have
can.
to. But
I'm
if you're
actually
going to
gonna-
stay on this side of the table, just remember that
You're being recorded.
Facial expressions are being.
I'm going to be meeting with our police chief tomorrow at 11, so if there's anything you need me to relate.
10-4.
We're a little over on time, but
No,
I
it's
would
fine.
be remiss if
I
I didn't say I was, when a new chief, and I'm not going to ask you to give your opinion or anything like that.
Here we go.
When a new chief from outside a department comes into a department, I think everyone's a little, what's this person about? There's
Has a perceived notion or questioning?
they're like, what's this going to be like? Is this going to be a good experience, a bad experience? Is this guy going to be a jerk? Is he going to be a welcome?
I've
back?
never
You're-
met him,
You're
so-
always thinking that when you meet someone new in a leadership role.
Yeah.
And Chief Ed Oregon don't play.
I like him.
He's straight business.
Yep.
I don't know if the guy fishes. I don't know if he
I
collects
don't
comic
either.
books. I don't know if he's into historic fiction. I don't know anything about his personal life other than that he's married. But he don't play, and he is great to work with as a journalist.
What time is this meeting tomorrow? I'm familiar with Robert Cuso,
11.
but I'll be coming in and hot. And
Yeah, no, I have a lot. I like Chief Oregon. I think he's. He likes to mentor people. I think he'll, and we're gonna have a lot of new folks coming in. So.
Yeah, and
We
as
already have a lot of new folks.
Yeah.
I don't know most of these new police
think-
officers. I need, I joked with the chief. I said, you got to give these young folks big name tags. So, because I don't know who any of them are. They all know me. The red hair or the press badge. They all know my name. I'm sorry. I don't know who you are, but thank you for letting
Hi,
me know.
we talked the other day. What? What did we
Yeah,
talk about?
I don't know.
That actually happened today when I sat down and I came in here and I said, so-and-so says hi. And you go, who? Who's that?
Yeah, I didn't recognize till I saw the
name,
face. And
yeah.
then Yeah, it happens to me all the time. I have full conversations with people. I have no idea. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen. I know you look amazing. How are you? And then 5 minutes later, I turn around and I'm like, I have no idea who that
I do
person
that.
is just now.
She did it
Like,
today. I came in, I
not a
said,
clue.
such and such says hi, and she was like, who's that? I don't know who that is. And then I showed her a photo. I'm like, oh, this is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Knew her
funny
right
because
away.
I'm
Oh, I
trying to
do.
explain to her
I
who
do
this
that,
person
too.
is, and it's like, forget
That's
it.
right. You probably have that
I do
happen all the
that, too.
time.
Yeah.
In your line of work. It's
Yeah.
so
See a lot
happens
of
all
Well,
the time.
and being a taxpayer in the city, Mary, I think it's great that you're going to do this tomorrow because you don't have to do these things. There you are.
Well,
It's a Friday.
Kind of does. As a member of the press, it's my responsibility to make sure they're held accountable, which I will be doing. Not with Ms. Kneebone and not during the show.
Save her. Come get her.
However,
There we go. Okay.
Let's move on.
I'm going into the police and fire. Mary, you are welcome to stay because I
I'll
would love
stick
you.
around.
All right, love you.
She's
Police.
having way too much fun.
All right, we are ready. Production crew back there. The police and fire is going to be brought to you by Brandy. And what I hear is, what am I talking about today, Brandy?
Well, we've had a number of very interesting police calls the past couple of weeks, starting on June 7, about 6:30 in the evening. A Stevens Point man on the 1300 block of Franklin Avenue called police after a .45 caliber handgun he purchased online was marked as delivered by UPS but never arrived at his home.
Alrighty then.
Police took a report and the missing firearm remains under investigation.
Okay, we're getting UPS deliveries of handguns now. Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, who would you want to deliver them?
Oh, good God. Okay.
Who else should do it? Guns are us. I mean,
I didn't know that was a thing, but
Oh.
maybe it's a thing now.
I don't know. I've never bought a gun online.
Me neither. I
I
didn't.
buy them in person.
Yeah.
Catch
Okay.
up revenge. One of
What?
the week's stranger calls came in from the 700 block of Johns Drive at 4:29 p.m. on June 7, where a woman reported someone had poured ketchup all over her vehicle following a verbal argument with another woman.
Oh, wow.
The other woman admitted to the condiment attack and was cited for disorderly conduct. Now, this reminds me of another incident that happened a number of years ago. The first time Donald Trump ran for office, Hillary Clinton was also running in this election, if you recall.
Okay. Gotcha.
There was the Portage County deputies were called out to an area in Amherst Junction where a group of individuals who were meeting at a municipal building came out of their building and they saw vulgarity and certain body parts drawn on their vehicles in peanut butter. It had just snowed. There was a fresh carpet of snow, so deputies followed the footprints back to this person's apartment. And it was a woman who answered the phone, still licking the peanut butter off her hands, saying, I don't know what you're talking about, officer.
Oh, my God. Okay.
As it turns out, this particular woman saw all the pickup trucks in the parking lot and thought it was a Trump rally. It turns out it was a conservation club meeting.
Oh, my gosh.
Makes sense.
So there was no property damage, no one was hurt, but of course they call police.
And I'm more
something
worried
has
about the car
happened.
with the peanut butter on that I mean, that's going to ruin the paint job, especially ketchup, maybe? I don't know.
They actually found her in possession, and I'm not making this up. It was a family-sized creamy Jif.
Thank God she didn't use crunchy.
They
It would have been hard.
wow. I don't even know how to respond to that. Okay.
Oh, man.
I'd like to reiterate there is no alcohol in the studio here today.
No, but, oh, God. Oh.
Moving on.
Oh.
Police took a report of a bear sighting near West Pearl Street and West Wilson Avenue late Friday night.
Really?
Officers did check the area and they were unable to locate the animal.
Aw. Are you going to talk about the door?
Large
Door,
person,
what we talk-
large person in
The
a fur
door.
coat.
The door opening and closing on the car.
All right, you know what? We'll just switch to that one.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we ended up talking about this earlier today because I was like, hey, what you got for calls today? And she's like, well, you want to hear this one? I said, I would have freaked out. I mean, you never know what's coming out of that door. Go, Brandy, go.
There are definitely been a few interesting ones lately. Hang on, was this the 8th?
I could.
This is June 7th. So a passenger just couldn't hold it, but it's not what you're thinking. 2:58 a.m., an officer stopped a vehicle near Clark and Division Streets after spotting a passenger repeatedly opening the car door while it was moving so he could vomit.
She told me this and she goes, I was like, I would have been freaking out if kid, you never know what's coming out of the door. You don't know. Here, the person was vomiting. I mean, God bless their soul, but
the 20-year-old driver was cited for having an open intoxicant in the vehicle, while the 19-year-old passenger was cited for underage drinking. None of these are made up, and I am asked all the time, where do you find these?
No, seriously, we've talked about them.
We as members of the press, we get the police blotter sent to us every day from all 3 local law enforcement agencies, and it's a very lengthy process of sorting through them all.
And if you want to hear them every week, you can follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram. Woo!
They're not old enough to know that you stop the car before you.
Hopefully they've learned their lesson.
Or you just, use the mat.
I'm not admitting that I drank alcohol underage.
Find a bag in the car.
If you are not 21, I strongly suggest you don't touch alcohol because it's very bad for you.
Oh, gosh.
But I certainly had enough sense to stop the car before
Or just use the mat. Use the mat on the floor, grab a bag,
stop the car.
Use the mat on the floor?
I mean, if it's coming, it's
never
coming.
driving you anywhere.
No.
Mat on the
Me
floor.
neither.
Right? What is this?
It'll be a repeat only. It'll be a 70-year-old driver, sober driver.
So if I see that, I'll know it's you guys.
Trina
had enough of Red Hot Takes with Trina and Brandy, so she had a little too much to drink. It was just too much. All right, we are. Please, by the way, follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram at Red Hot Takes, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Red Hot Takes with Trina and Brandy.
You don't want to miss any of this. That's for sure.
This is my stress relief.
All right, so on to the next. So, all right, I have some very cool, I normally am not excited. Sometimes I'm belly aching, but not lately about my Red Hot Takes. It's usually something moving and important. Here goes Trina.
Before you move on, though, explain what the Red Hot Takes are.
Oh, Hail Mary, let me calm down for a minute. Okay, so we've made a decision, an executive Trina Brandy decision.
For those who don't know, we are co-owners of Red Hot Takes.
LLC partnership. Okay, so with that being said, gotta make it, professional. We've decided between the two of us what a red hot take is. Our opinion on, could be anything, city news,
our own topics.
County news, personal news, what we feel we would
Luke
like to.
Perry tickets.
Luke Combs tickets and not what is it? BBW, BB, bop, bop, boop.
BBW.
BB. So we come in the other
This
day.
is not a Craigslist page.
She's listening to.
What are you doing?
Whatever. And she's like, it's BTS.
Trying to make fun of me.
BBW.
She can't even do it right.
Oh, what's he doing over there? Oh, Hail Mary. I'm getting a
He's
thumbs
being
up.
a good production
All right.
assistant.
So on a personal moving note, I'm going to try not to cry, and it's a whole thing. As a mother, this one matters to me. It's my red hot take of the week. We're going to try to get through this one. So thank you for still tuning in on your Thursday nights. This past week, June 6th, was Walk Wisconsin. They held their annual premier walking marathon, which coincided so beautifully with National Trails Day. Mary, we're going to talk about that Green Circle Trail. Walk Wisconsin is a non-competitive event encouraging walkers of all ages and ability to participate in a full, half, and quarter marathon. Unbelievable. Held on the scenic Green Circle Trail in Portage County. Woohoo! The event would
that
not...
was a very bad impression of Ric Flair this week. Last week's was much better. Woo! You haven't hit it this week yet, and I'm very surprised. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. You've done this a beautiful, wonderful thing. But I feel like our program is missing something if you don't do your
Carl,
nature boy,
get
Ric
some
Flair.
woohoo Ric Flair coming up, so I don't have to go woohoo.
That's
and we
cheating.
could really use a professional drum roll. Add that to next week's show.
Your time stinks.
Okay, let's talk about this show. It's fun, laughable banter. If we cut each other off,
Laughable.
if we're laughable, that's what this is about.
We're
so
humorous.
Yes.
To be laughable is not a good thing.
I can't think anymore.
We're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you.
It's like using the phrase "whole nother"
I can't.
or "irregardless."
And we're segueing into the next.
Seguating, calling apostrophes commas,
I
Oxford commas. It's just chaos, and I hear it with my ears, and it just
Mary,
makes my ears want to
I
bleed.
say segueing into the next, and she goes, "What are you getting your seguators?"
We are still waiting for someone to find a pair of Segwayers
All right, TikTok
on
people.
Amazon. If you do find them, you can send them care of Red Hot Takes to 1300 Maria Drive, Suite B,
Okay, I can't.
Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Okay, this is really bad.
54481.
Oh, Hail Mary. Okay, on to my walk, Wisconsin.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm very
No, don't apologize. This is what this show is about. So don't think we're cutting each other off and talking over each other.
We
It's
totally
good
are.
banter. All right, on to the next. All right, so Walk Wisconsin is an event that would not happen without their amazing sponsors and outstanding volunteers, in which I met on the trail, from local organizations throughout Portage County, which we represent on the show here, strictly Portage County in Wisconsin. With that being said, one of the rest stops I attended was located at the halfway point for the full marathon. That was a total, get ready, sitting down, and we're all sitting down, 26.2, might as well say 27 miles in my opinion. It's crazy, which is a full marathon, and it was located at Iverson Park is where I attended. Now I'm going to try to hold back the tears. I was brought to complete tears of joy and gratefulness seeing my own daughter coming out of the woods for her lunch stop. She's gluten-free, so I brought her little lunch sack. I was able to meet some amazing, unbelievable volunteers and the one stop at Iverson was multiple Catholic parishes from all over Portage County. And they were wonderful. I mean, as all of them were. At this specific rest stop, coming together to provide food, water, they have a restroom break, I mean, you name it, allowing the participants to get back up and continue what they were setting their hearts and minds out to do together. I was blown away by this event. More importantly, impressed with each and every single one I met and saw participating. I did not participate, including my own daughter and her dear close friends and new friends my daughter met along the way. This mom is admired so much of all of them. We can all learn from that. I mean, it was a defeat. It was a feat she conquered, and I just can't believe it. Hats off to Walk Wisconsin. We will see you next year.
It's very nice.
It was so moving.
I have to tell you, though, that my relationship with my children hasn't been the same since we went from mom to bruh.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna.
Bruh, I'm hungry.
I'm gonna drink some of my water.
Bruh, I'm so tired. Bruh.
This was my youngest daughter, and she's endured a lot. So for this girl, she's 25. I mean, she didn't walk the next day. She had a bunch of blisters. It was a thing. She trained. Speaking about Walk Wisconsin, I don't know if you've ever visited their website. Mary, holy smokes. They teach you how to train for this thing.
I volunteered at one of the stops where you got
Comfort
oranges and
sweats.
grapes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And watermelon.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
just unbelievable water, these big Gatorade. I mean, this is all sponsored. And then you get at the end, they have a physical therapist at the end. It was just so moving. And to see my daughter accomplish this that she trained for it was a lot. She had walked, 5 miles.
great.
She'd started walking and it became this like, Mom, I'm walking 10 miles today. I was like, what? Well, I gotta walk Wisconsin. I mean, it was a defeat. I don't know, defeated
An
it, but
achievement.
an achievement that she
Yeah.
accomplished and trained for.
That's great.
Which on Walk Wisconsin, they can coach you, not coach you, but they have details on what to do to get to that. It was just a thing. So, thank you. I'm
Good for
crying
her.
and
Great job,
falling
Trina.
and
Good
everything
for her.
else.
Good
Yeah,
for
it was
her.
so cool. So,
It's not easy to do. Good for her.
yeah, and her friends.
About 20 years ago, Patrick Thornton, people who've been longtime readers of the Stevens Point Journal will remember this name, Patrick Thornton, who chain-smoked, redhead Irishman, cussed like a sailor, and often wore a fedora, a true newsman. He actually, my editor at the time, convinced him to participate in Walk Wisconsin.
Oh.
Chain smoker. And he wrote several stories what the hell was I thinking? It was a first-person account, and it was great, but it was also great PR for the walk itself.
Yeah.
And opened up to a new audience of people who otherwise, well, if he can do it, so it was.
And
very
this
interesting.
this one, it was really hot. I think it was 90 degrees, and they started at 6:50 in the morning, and they finished just about 5:00, 4:45.
Another long day.
Just walking.
All right.
Crazy. All
Somebody
right,
stop
Brandy,
me.
what you got for your red hot take, my dear?
I'm about to pop off.
Oh, we should run, Mary, run. Oh, gosh.
So I have a question. If our elected officials and city staff can't come prepared for a discussion about chickens, rabbits, and bees, what does that say about the bigger issues they're dealing with? This week, Stevens Point Public Policy and General Government Committee, which used to be called the Public Protection Committee, but they changed it, so now no one knows what the hell it means. It's totally not at all convenient. This committee took up what should have been a pretty straightforward ordinance amendment. We're not talking about a $160 million jail project. We're not talking about a new city hall. We're not talking about a major development agreement or millions in taxpayers spending. We're talking about chickens, rabbits, and bees. The proposal would have made some tweaks to the city's permit process, increased the permit fee, and streamlined how residents can get approval for backyard beekeeping. Simple enough, right? Apparently not. During the discussion, 2nd District Councilwoman Jackie Guthrie openly admitted she didn't know what the current ordinance allowed. Now, to her credit, she voted no. She didn't rubber stamp something she didn't understand. But here's my question. Why didn't she know? The ordinance was in the packet. The memo was in the packet. The meeting was on the calendar. If you're voting on changes to city law, shouldn't understanding the current law be an absolute minimum expectation of an elected official? And it wasn't just the elected officials on Monday night. Community Development Director Jared Kivala, who I do enjoy a very communicative relationship with, brought the ordinance forward, but when committee members started asking questions about the beekeeping language, there weren't a lot of answers. How does this compare to the current ordinance? Is it more restrictive? Is it less restrictive? Why was this number chosen? Nobody seemed to know. In fact, 9th District Councilman Sam Lang, who has experience keeping bees, or at least so he says, ended up driving much of the discussion because he was trying to figure out whether the ordinance would actually would allow significantly more hive space than intended. Think about that. The committee was debating a proposal that nobody seemed to fully prepared to explain. And somehow we're supposed to be comfortable with these people leading us in elected office? Look, the committee ultimately did the right thing. The majority voted no. The ordinance failed on a 4-1 vote. That's not the embarrassing part. The embarrassing part is how the proposal got that far before anyone realized how many unanswered questions there were. Government works best when people do their homework before the meeting, not during it. Because if we're struggling to come prepared for a discussion about backyard chickens and beehives, it's fair to ask what details might be getting missed when we're discussing projects worth millions or even hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars. That's my red hot take this week.
No comment.
No, actually,
No, I mean me, no comment. Go, Mary, go, because...
No, I was going to say I was involved in that part of the ordinance that allowed beekeeping, and we chose 4 hives after talking to many beekeepers who said that would be an appropriate number. I think what they started getting into the weeds in was how many of those boxes you can stand up. So
I take issue anytime an elected official has the ordinance right in front of them and says they don't know what's in the ordinance. I don't care what political party you're from. I don't care what your name is, what your background is. It doesn't. I take serious issue with that, and I think voters should as well.
Not to interrupt you, Brandy, but that's why we have a script, and we kind of know what we're talking about and the times and the, we kind of have a plan here.
I already know what I'm going to talk
I
about.
mean, no, but I mean, we have a plan.
Well, no, you're right. We have a framework. Of what our
Opening,
show's going to
closing,
be.
guest, who the guest
This
is.
from the lady who said, we don't need a script. We're just going to wing it. What are you talking about?
It was hilarious. Okay, that's got to be one show in itself, how this became what it became, because
I think so.
It's hilarious.
I keep asking them, what were they thinking?
We could even talk about our fights in hindsight.
Oh, it's hilarious. They're really good too. It's okay. So, Any more comments on that one, Brandy? Thank you for sharing your
I
red hot
think
take
I've
of the-
shared everything the public needs to hear.
Okay, so any business owners out there, we are booking, and I'm so excited about this. I don't have any dates yet, but we are going to be doing another remote.
I can't wait.
Woo! So many business. Ric Flair, Carl, we need it because she's just not going to stop.
Wait a minute. Was that a sound effect? Or was that you? Was that our...
It's so good. It was actually me, and she fell for it.
Was it really you? That was really good. I thought it might have been our new PA, our production assistant, Carl from Gradient Tech Consulting, who does an amazing job for us.
By the way, we do have a new production team, and it's just amazing.
I just said that.
I know. I'm backing what you just said.
I literally just said that.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So you can reach out to us at our email at redhotpoco@gmail.com. Now, this one is going to be a fun one. Would you like to? I love this.
Oh, do you want me to read it?
We both can do it. Our next guest. Sorry, Mary, not
Way
that we
too
don't want.
excited.
Okay.
Next week's guest.
Has
the best hair
in
in
local law enforcement.
That just sounds weird. Why don't you just say it?
Yes, we need the flags going. Okay. Clue for the next week's guest. Buckle up, because it's going to be a big one. Not that Mary, you got some big shoes to fill here. This guest does coming up. He has the best hair in the local law enforcement.
I'm going to bring my rosary next week.
Hey, this place was, what was it called? What was it called?
Sisters of St. Joseph Convent. And also a nuclear safe zone.
Really?
Did you know
Yes.
I did not know that.
Just like the armory, or the old armory,
Yes.
the Park and Recs building.
Okay.
It's built in the 40s and the 50s, the whole bomb scare thing.
Interesting.
So
Yeah. We have
when the
you
invasion starts,
had
this
a
is
tour
where you
here
come.
yet? Have you seen this place?
No, actually.
Maybe we could do that quick before we head out. But I'm going to close the show. Are you ready?
let's close
Here
the
we
show.
go. Closing. Thank you. Love you, Carl. Appreciate you coming in, and it's going to be a fun ride, buddy.
But Carl's still going to be here for a few minutes. He's not leaving. Right
Yeah,
now.
we're not either. We're giving a tour now. All right, in closing our show, thank you for hanging on tonight, everybody. Buy the things, do the things that make you happy. Tell your people you love them. Life is way too short. See you next Thursday for more laughter and banter with the Red Hot Ladies.
Well, I have a sign off too.
I thought we were just doing one.
Why
From
would we
Trina.
only do one? Why would we only do one? We're so different.
From Trina and
What were
Brandy.
they thinking?
I don't know.
I was gonna do
I'm
a
so
sign off. I have this thing where I do it like a different line every week to kind of say goodbye, and it's supposed to be something funny. And tonight I wanted to say I wondered if Christopher Cross ever made it to the border of Mexico, but I wonder how many people would get that. The song "Ride Like the Wind." And I got such a long way to go. And then Michael McDonald goes, such a long way to go to make it to the border of Mexico. I'm very disappointed in you, Ms. McComb, or Ms. Kneebone. I'm sorry.
I started listening to National Public Radio in 1978, so I don't know
guys
any
ruined-
music since then.
I don't know.
Like,
I
I
don't,
can't even talk to you people.
I don't get it either.
I don't know.
So if you get it, chime in because we don't get it.
All right, how's this? If you're going to act up, do it somewhere without Wi-Fi.
Yes, yes. Yes, indeed. Or door cameras or
Yeah, right,
doorbell
right.
cameras.
In the
across
middle of
room.
nowhere, but you never know what's in the middle of nowhere nowadays. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm out at my dad's. We're closing here, but I'm out at my dad's, and we're standing in the kitchen. And all of a sudden, he goes, "Trina! Oh my God!" I go, "He scared me," and I'm like, "You okay?" He goes, "Look at that! There's a fox out the kitchen window with a dead rabbit." And I'm like, "What?" I mean, my dad,
Cool.
he kind of lives
A fox?
out by
Did
you
you
over
ever
there.
see Bambi?
Yeah, but not that like
The
that.
circle of life.
I know, but
Everything is food for something
it was
else.
really cool to see. So
it
you
a-
never know what you're gonna see.
Hakuna Matata? What is it?
Hakuna
Lion
Matata.
I never saw. I never
Oh, I
saw
like
the
this song.
movie.
You've never seen The Lion King?
No.
Oh, you got to watch it
I've
this
seen
weekend,
all the
Mary.
Star Wars.
You need to make sure she
it's
sees it.
beautiful.
This is your responsibility now.
It's moving and beautiful, and
I think
Yeah.
we're just words pale to express.
oh my
to
gosh,
really-
this is the longest show
We need to-
we've ever had.
I apologize to everyone who's in a hurry to get on with their day.
It's so fun. They're not leaving us. It's Thirsty Thursday.
For all the future guests, this isn't the worst hour I've spent.
Oh! Okay.
No, actually, I would happily come on your show again.
I love you. Thank you
You
for
guys
saying
are
that.
great.
I
And
really
you're honestly, it's a breath of fresh air.
spending your Thursday night.
to see
Were you worried?
to see the. I mean,
Were you
to-
nervous a little bit? Were you worried?
No,
What
you
were they
know,
gonna do?
I trust both of you
Yeah.
guys not to,
And not
have
only
any
that, but
gotchas.
Sure.
come and see us on the
and,
road if we're at a remote.
Yeah, sure. I'll
We-
bring a lawn chair.
I even got suckered into polka-ing. I had to polka and eat a
oh,
Wagyu.
come on, man.
Oh,
Polka.
no, I
She'll
learned
be doing everything on
Oh,
camera. I
this-
am a behind the camera kind
behind the
of a gal.
scenes, not a thing. Nope, not going to do it. I said, that's okay, I got you. I'm going to do all the things. Anywho, so thank you again. We adore you. We
appreciate
will
it.
definitely
Well,
ask you to come
I
back.
wish you wouldn't tell people I adore them. Because I don't think.
All right, signing off. I'm done. Maybe you'll see me next week. Maybe you won't.
You don't adore me, Brandy? Come on.
I don't adore anything.
Cut! Cut!
I'm grateful you came on. I enjoyed our chat.